Hey Flosstube, it's Kerry and Stitches. It's Saturday the 8th of January and this is my 2021 wrap up 2022 plans video. Hello and welcome. Happy New Year. I hope you all have been able to get some stitches in already this year and you have an exciting stitchy year ahead of you. So welcome if you're a new viewer and welcome back if you're returning. It's lovely to have you all here. So at the start of 2021 I set some goals and let's see how I got on. So one of my first one was to hit 1,000 subscribers. With the under 1,000 subs club, that really helped with Sarah and Heather. So I did that in June. I wanted to finish Stitch from Stash for both parts in the black, and I did. A, £126 up, and B, 260. So lots and lots of finishes. I find Stitch from Stash really does motivate me to try and get at least one finish a month. So usually it's 3 or 4. So that's always really good. But you do know my liking for smalls. Okay, so I really wanted to just keep up with my journaling, and I did pretty good on that. Didn't do too badly at all. The Daily 30 Zombie Run Yearly Challenge, I wanted to get 8 out of 12 months completed, and I did 11 out of 12. December, I just went, I don't want to get some finishes. So I just didn't do December. So I'm pleased with that. I wanted 1 BAP finish, and I finished Elizabeth Shepherd back in June. So that was a really, really good sort of happy dance moment. I wanted to whip down to 10, and then I laughed and laughed and laughed towards the end of the year. I did it in 2020. But last year, I think the lowest I got down to was about 16 or 17. But it doesn't matter. It's fine. I think I ended up with a lot more whips than I'd ever had before, up to about 26, 27, which is really, really high for me. I know some people are like going, that's barely any, but it's all relative, isn't it? I framed lots of pieces for the wall. Really happy with everything there. I'm really kind of focused on making it a proper kind of rogues gallery of my cross stitching. I did the gnome cell with Helen D, which is there, and I loved stitching that with somebody, and I'm really pleased with my FFO. It was a custom frame from the Cabin, which is my local shop in town, and excuse me, Ginny from Bramble Rose Design painted the little picket fence for me at the front, which I loved. I did lots of cells and zooms with Heather and Sharon, including a round robin, which they haven't got back yet because I put the wrong address on it and it's on its way back to me, and then it'll go again and it's all a big disaster and I'm a muppet. Sorry. I made my first project bags using the Elizabeth Can Sew tutorial, or Elizabeth Can Stitch, I can't remember it. They're such an easy tutorial, I'm really pleased. I think I made 4 now, so yeah. I had this big plan to do lots and lots of monthly things. I think I said 5. I wanted to do 2021 calendar from Cross Stitch, the 2020 monthly series, well-rounded, finish the flip its and do the blackbird stockings. Well, that all went horribly wrong. I did finish the flip its. That was a really nice whip to get off my, I think it was one of my oldest. It was really nice to get that gone. I did the 2021 calendar because they were that big, but still I completed all that. I did 2 out of 12 of the 2020 series from Cross Stitcher, and I did 7 out of 12 stockings and 1 well-rounded. So we'll be moving those into into this year, and slap me if I try and do another one. Seriously, you can hold me to this one. Happy to be held to that one. So finishes, I had finishes. There's a bit of a difference from 31 different designers. But the most I stitched was Tiny Modernist because of the calendar. That I did 13. I did 9 Blackbird designs, mostly, so 6 of those were stockings. I did Lizzie Kate was 9. Again, I think 6 or 7 were flip its. And so out of the ones I didn't have any series for were, well, Hands On Designs, I only did 1 of the well-rounded, but I did 4 of her designs and I did 4 Pro Schoolers. So there you go. I had 1 BAP finish, that was Elizabeth Shepherd, 5 large finishes, which are kind of anything from 140 to 200. For me, that's a large. A BAP is anything 200 over, or thereabouts. If it's 199, it's a BAP to me. Mediums, so anything from about 80 to 140. 16 of those. I had 39 smalls, 11 ornaments, so things specifically made to be hung up somewhere, and 1 biscorno. So yeah, 74 finishes overall. Really, really pleased with that. So that's and I did about 130,000 stitches. I totted it up last night. It came to about 128,800, but I hadn't counted. A lot of times I'd stitched things like my Black Work Lady and some Daily 30 stuff with just the timed options, so I hadn't counted those. So it's probably way over 130,000 stitches, which is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I am going to, or rather my fantastic technical team, otherwise known as Hubby, is going to insert the slideshow here. I did make the slideshow, but I don't have the technical know-how to do videos. Perhaps I should learn to do editing videos. Yeah. Anyway, that's going in now. So I hope you enjoy seeing all my finishes from this year. If you need any further information about any of them, just leave me a message and I can tell you what the fabric was or the threads or whatever. And we're going again. So 2022 goals and plans and things like that. So 1100 subs. I'm at 1044 at the moment. So, you know, I didn't want to set a big goal because I got really distressed. I really did get upset when I dropped back below 1,000 earlier in the year and last year. So really to try not to focus on that. Usual stitch from stash. I'd like 2 back finishes. Cardinal points seems a realistic. What's it? The other baps I've got are monkey wrench. I call it a bap because it's really quite, because of the count, and it's not quite a bap. It's technically a large, but it's one of my biggest pieces. I think it's like 198 by something. Anyway, it's about that. I have Hook Farm and Gamer Cell, and as I have only both, well, I don't think any of them were any more than about 1,000 stitches, so it's a big tall order, but we'll see what happens. I have set myself a goal of 2 pages on monkey wrench because I find that probably 300-400 stitches at a time is really my lot on it. It kind of makes me tired and gives me a headache. I did check the fabric. It's on a 40 count, which kind of shrunk to a 46, so it really is. But I have got my mum's magnifying glass and light at the moment, so maybe that'll make life easier. I really ought to check the maths on this because I don't think it's right. Carol's will be on my work desk. There's a calculator handy. Oh, my maths is right. So, the yearly for Daily 30 group is called Animal Adventure, and my goal is 30,000 stitches in that. If I do kind of the middle base level, it's 28,800, and there's a few things that I want to get on the higher one just to kind of get a bit of extra work in the projects. So that kind of seems reasonable. Don't think that's a pie in the sky kind of thing, but it does require me to finish it. We'll see. Like 75 finishes, including the 12 ornaments that I've got planned for our Daily 30 ornament along, and I'd like to FFO anything I finish prior to December. So that is kind of a really big thing, but we'll see. We will see. So Whip Go. I'm doing Whip Go again this year. Slightly different to how I did last year. I definitely found there were some things that just didn't work for me, and some things that did. So let me just find my Whip Go board. I'll pop a Whip Go picture doodah in here or there or somewhere of my Whip Go board. Can't find it in here. I must hit that page. There we go. So I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's 17 whips on my Whip Go board out of the 24 squares. Monkey wrench and well rounded are on 3 times, with spot sampler, Huck Farm and S Ward on twice. Everything else is just on the once. January record was Gamer Cell and well rounded, so I'm making progress on those already. I did a second board, which was just basically to decide what I was going to stitch extra stitches on for Animal Adventure. So I'm kind of almost just using it as a random number generator. So that was that one. So I have, but yeah, there's my main board. Oh, I've lost my plant. There we go. So, pieces I want to focus on. I'd like to get, other than probably monkey wrench, all my 2020 whips done, and checking my dates on things. I actually discovered that the stockings were started in 2019, so they need to be done this year. So cardinal points, quilting bee, spot sampler, and the stockings are all 2020 pieces I want done. I'd like 2 pages done on monkey wrench. I've done about half to 3/4 of the first page, and that's it. And I'd like the 2020 series finished from Cross Stitch magazine, which should only then leave me well rounded as an ongoing project. But I'd like to have at least one of all the seasons done this year. So there we go. So basically I've decided that there are some projects I either want to get oh no, I've set myself a target of 8 out of 12 of the well-rounded. So I went through my WIP list and set myself a goal. Monkey wrench was 3,000 stitches. Cardinal points, 5 out of 6 pages, although the finish really is what I want. Quilting bee finish, spot sampler finished. 8 out of 12 for well-rounded. Finishes for the 2020 stockings, the monthly 2020 series monthly stockings from Blackbird, the butterfly and block party burrs. Arranging coffee from ink circles, which I'm beginning to think might be a bit over ambitious. 3,000 stitches on box down. Tudor Bee, Huck Farm and Autumn Town. Finishes on Sledding Gnome, Quaker Bee and Dancer and S Ward, even though I only put 3,000 on here, I actually want it finished. And then we've got 3,000 stitches on Infinite Christmas, Santa, Quill and Gamer. So, and I have a little tracker to keep track of all that lot. So that's my plan. Obviously, if I can beat that 3,000, I'd be fantastic. I kind of went off this Sammy Jo's where she did 1,000 stitches on every WIP, but I think she had over 60 as I've only got, and that's 20 there, 21 there. I felt that 3,000 was a reasonable amount. I'm sure there will be some that will get more and some I will struggle to get there. But generally, that's my kind of plans, and lost the list again. There we go. So, yeah, so that's kind of how I feel about everything, and that's where I'm at. So, oh, and I'm aiming for 140,000 stitches, which is crazy, because I think that means I need to do about 450 a day, and I average about 320. I must be mad. So, on that note, I am going to leave this video here. I hope you enjoy the finished slideshow. I'm hopefully going to you'll have my planner video coming soon, and also I've done a where I was at slideshow. It'll just whip against some music, which is, you know, a 5-10 minute thing, of a kind of whip parade-ish kind of thing. So my starting point on 2020, going back in time now. So until I see you next time for my regular update, friends, take care, happy stitching, happy new year. I hope 2022 brings you lots of stitching joy, and that you're happy and healthy. So take care, friends. Bye-bye.